A kid rolled down a hill covered in dirt, his face bleeding. 8 years later, he still has no idea who did it. Welcome back to Story Drop. I found this one last night, and honestly, I did not know how to feel about it, so let's just get into it together. Okay, so here's how it starts. The person telling this story, I'm gonna call him Theo, was in fourth grade, little kid, elementary school. This whole thing happened more than 8 years ago, so he's looking back on it now, but he remembers it in this really specific way, like it just happened. And in fourth grade, Theo had a problem. There was this other boy a year older than him, and I'm gonna call him Marcus. And Marcus had decided that Theo was his target. Not in a dramatic movie way, in the way that actually wears you down. Marcus kept telling him he was weird, that he was strange, just over and over whenever he saw him. You're weird, you're strange, what's wrong with you? And look, if you have ever been the kid that another kid just decided to pick on, you know that it is not one big moment. It is 100 tiny ones. It is a drip, drip, drip. Okay, hold on, I have to stop here for a second because I feel like everyone listening knows exactly this kind of person. There is always one. The kid who found something about you, one little thing, and just would not let it go. And you did nothing to them, you just existed near them. So Theo's holding this grudge, and it is growing. Let me tell you what actually made it worse, though. Marcus did not just talk, Marcus stole. He loved taking Theo's stuff. And I don't mean one time, one eraser. Theo says the guy had stolen a lot of his things, like it was a regular thing, a habit. So imagine being 9, 10 years old, and every time you turn around, something of yours is gone, your stuff, the stuff your parents bought you. The little things that are a big deal when you're that age. And you know who took it. You know exactly who took it. But you're the smaller kid, and he's a year older, and what are you gonna do? Nothing. That's the answer at that age. You do nothing, and you carry it. And that is the part that got me right away. Because Theo is not describing hatred out of nowhere. He is describing months, maybe longer, of this kid making his life a little bit miserable every single day. So by the time we get to the day this all goes down, Theo is not some angry kid looking for a fight. He's a full cup. And Marcus is about to add one more drop. So it goes like this. It's a normal day at school, and Theo is out on the grass with a group of other boys, 7 of them plus him. He says he doesn't even remember who they were anymore, which honestly makes it feel more real to me. You remember the moment, you forget the extras, and they're play fighting. Now, I want to be clear about what that means because Theo is clear about it. It was not real fighting. Nobody was throwing punches. It was just a bunch of kids pushing each other around on the grass, rough but friendly. The kind of thing where you're laughing while you're doing it. You know the game. Everybody knows the game. So they're doing their thing, pushing, falling, getting back up. And then out of nowhere, guess who shows up? He just wanders over and starts playing too. Joins right in, like he's one of the guys, like there was never any problem. And here's the detail that changes everything. That same morning, Marcus had slapped Theo on the neck. Just walked up and smacked him on the neck earlier that day. And that had already put Theo in a mood. That slap was sitting in his chest all morning. So, now this kid, the one who slaps him, the one who calls him weird, the one who steals his stuff, is casually joining the game like they're friends. Yeah, I would be furious too. Theo says just seeing him made him furious all over again. The slap, the stealing, the name calling, all of it standing right there in front of him acting normal. But here's the thing, he doesn't do anything, not yet. He just plays it cool and keeps going. And this is the part where I actually respected the restraint because a lot of kids would have just swung right then and gotten themselves in trouble in front of everybody. Theo doesn't, he waits. So they finish a round of the game and everybody stops to rest before the next one, catch your breath standing around. And Marcus wanders off a little bit from the group. and he's looking at a girl because, of course, there's a girl he likes, and he's over there staring at her, completely checked out, not paying attention to anything else. And here's where the setting matters because Marcus is standing right next to a slope, a drop, and it's not a soft, grassy little hill. Theo describes it as full of dirt and full of rocks, a rough slope, so picture it. Marcus, distracted, staring at some girl, standing right on the edge of this dirt and rock slope, not looking, not thinking about anything except her. And Theo is standing back there, watching, and you can feel the math happening in his head. Okay, I have to pause because right here, this is the fork, this is the moment. And I'm going to make a prediction because I think I know this kid by now. I think Theo's about to shove him one push in the moment, hot blood, and he's going to feel bad about it later. That's my call. A shove. Let's see if I'm right. So, remember, everybody's resting. Marcus is off to the side, staring at the girl, standing at the top of this dirt slope. And here's what Theo does. And here's what Theo does. And this is the part where I realized I was wrong. It does not just shove him in the heat of the moment. It's colder than that. It's more planned than that. The first thing he does is wait. He waits for all seven of the other guys, everyone who'd been playing, to move away to a separate spot. He waits until the coast is clear, until nobody is close enough to see it clearly, until it's just him and Marcus and that slope. Okay, I was completely wrong. This was not a hot-headed shove. This kid set the stage, he cleared the room, and once everyone's moved off, he runs at him. Theo runs straight at Marcus, and he kicks him with both feet. A full two-footed, running kick right at a kid who is standing at the edge of a dirt and rock slope and isn't even looking. Both feet. He left the ground for this, and Marcus goes down the slope. Theo says he saw him rolling down all that dirt and all those rocks, and then that exact second Theo does not stand there. He does not admire his work. He turns and he walks straight into the bathroom. And he pretends he's peeing. I'm not kidding, that's the alibi. He just strolls into the bathroom and acts like he's been in there the whole time, casually taking a leak like the most innocent kid in the entire school. So, just so we're all clear here, because I genuinely cannot believe I'm saying this out loud. A fourth grader waited for witnesses to clear, drop kicked his bully down a rock slope, and then immediately hid in the bathroom pretending to pee. That is the story. That is a 9-year-old, and from inside that bathroom, Theo can hear him. He can hear Marcus yelling, really angrily, screaming, looking around, trying to figure out who did it, who kicked him, who sent him down that hill. And Theo just stands there at the urinal, listening to it, saying nothing. Okay, hold on, let me step out for a second because I have feelings about this. Part of me is like, whoa, that is a lot. That is a running two-footed kick down a slope full of rocks. That is not a playground shove. Somebody could really get hurt doing that, and Marcus did get hurt. But then the other part of me remembers everything from Act 1, the stealing, the daily name calling, the slap on the neck that morning. And that part of me goes, yeah, that kid had it coming for a long time. And I genuinely go back and forth. So I want to throw it to you guys right now. In that moment, standing there furious, with the kid who tormented you for months standing distracted at the top of a hill, what do you do? Do you walk away? Or is there a little part of you that understands exactly why Theo did what he did? Because I understand it. I'm not saying it's right, but I understand it. Anyway, Theo is in the bathroom. Marcus is somewhere out there yelling, hunting for a suspect he is never going to find. And the school day isn't over yet. So, let me tell you how the day ends. When it's time to leave, Theo sees Marcus again. And this is the image Theo carries 8 years later. Marcus is covered in dirt head to toe, his face is bleeding, and his clothes are torn up from the rocks and the roll down that slope. That's the kid who called him weird every day. That's the kid who kept stealing his stuff. That's the kid who slapped him on the neck that morning. Standing there wrecked, and he has no idea, none, that the quiet kid who slipped off to the bathroom is the one who did it. And Theo goes home, and he tells us exactly how he felt. He went home with a feeling of justice done. Justice done, those are his words. And then there's the ending that honestly made me sit back. A few weeks later, Marcus dropped out of the school. He was gone. And Theo says to this day, Marcus still does not know it was him. He got away with it completely. No one ever found out. The kid who tortured him just vanished from his life. And Theo carried this quiet little secret for 8 years until he finally decided to tell it. Okay, so here's where I land on this one. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that a running kick down a rock slope is the right way to solve your problems. It's not. A kid got genuinely hurt, and we don't know why Marcus dropped out, so I'm not going to pin his whole life on one bad day at recess. That would be too easy. But am I going to pretend that I'll get it? No. Because everybody listening has had a Marcus. Somebody who took your stuff, put you down every single day, and knew you were too small to do anything about it. And most of us just swallowed it. Theo didn't. So I think the honest verdict is this: what he did was too far. And I still understand every single piece of why he did it. Both of those can be true. Here's what I actually want to know from you, though. Was this justice, or did Theo cross a line? If you were that furious, that pushed, that done, would you have kicked him, or would you have walked away and let it go? Tell me in the comments, because I have genuinely been arguing with myself about this all day. Thanks for hanging out with me on this one. There's another story sitting on your screen right now, and it's a good one, so go tap it and stick around. I'll see you in the next one.